In celebration of 100 years of UIL Texas high school football, the UIL, Dave Campbell's Texas football, and HEB teamed up to honor the best, brightest, and most unforgettable teams in the sport's illustrious history. With the help of some of the state's most foremost experts and historians, we selected and honored 100 of the finest teams to grace the gridiron that give the game its one-of-a-kind flair. Throughout the course of the season, fans from across the state voted each week to help us select 10 of the greatest teams in UIL history. Today, we are proud to recognize Aledo High School and the 2013 Bearcats team, who were selected by the fans as one of the top 10 greatest high school football teams in UIL history. Joining us to celebrate, we have the superintendent for Aledo ISD, Dr. Susan Bone, athletic director for Aledo ISD, Steve Wood, the head football coach for the Aledo Bearcats, Tim Buchanan. We have the former center for the 2013 Aledo Bearcats and son to Coach Buck, Caleb Buchanan. And representing the presenting sponsor of our UIL 100 Greatest Teams, we have Chelsea Thompson, Public Affairs Specialist for HEB. Now, Coach Buck, Aledo is tied with the most state championships in Texas high school football history. I'm interested to hear from your side. Tell us what made that 2013 Aledo Bearcats team so special, and why do you believe they were selected by the fans as one of the greatest Texas high school football teams?
Well, they're a bunch of bullies, actually. No, it was a very unique football team, and when you go back and look at that team, I believe about 18 out of the 22 kids ended up playing in college, whether it been the seniors or the juniors. So it was a pretty good group of kids. But also that team had, when they were in Pee Wee football, they were a very tight-knit, really good group of kids. And they just love playing Bearcat football. That's what made it such a special group for us.
And we're grateful and happy to have your son, who's here, who was also a part of that 2013 team. Caleb, tell us what it was like to be a part of that state championship team, and what it was like to play for your dad and go on that run in 2013.
Well, I mean, it was awesome. And, we had a chip on our shoulder, because we got knocked off in the second round by Denton Geyer the year before that. And, we had Jonathan Gray, on that three-peat. And so we really wanted to kind of show everybody that, we didn't need Jonathan Gray. And so, it was really special to come out and, with all the, national scoring records and everything like that. It was like my dad said, we were a very tight-knit team, and, it really showed.
Now, Coach Wood, again, Aledo has had this. That certainly wasn't their only state championship win, and you've experienced quite a few being athletic director there at Aledo ISD. Tell me a little bit about what type of legacy that 2013 Bearcats team left, and how do you believe that historic season helped mold the rich tradition that Aledo carries on today?
Well, I think Caleb and Coach Buck kind of, hit on, to me, what was so special about them was they truly loved it. I mean, they were different. Football practice can be tough, and it can be, you can go through a boredom. You have to go try to light a fire under them. Not these guys. They had fun. They had fun at practice. I mean, I've never really been around a group of kids that liked it as much as they did. And, I mean, it really didn't matter what it was. And they were very, very sports savvy. You can have great athletes but having that sports sense is something that started a long time ago. They weren't sitting around playing video games all the time. They were outside playing, and they were very competitive. He talked about youth sports. I can remember that group. Their daddies would take them out and run them before the weigh-in, so they didn't have to put the black X on their helmet so they could carry the football. I mean, I could tell you more stories than taking them out and running them. And, it was just they were as fun a group to coach because they wanted to be coached. And you could coach the snot out of them, hard, easy, love them. I mean, it was just a unique bunch. And we broke the scoring records. And of course, I was a defensive coordinator, so I'm a little biased. But the defense kind of went, under the shadows a little bit because I mean, our offense had a short field the whole game. Our defense was just, I mean, maybe not as good, but they were good as I've ever coached. I'll say that. So it was a unique bunch, you know, and they just epitomized what we want. You know, they were good kids to start with. I mean, they were just solid citizens, loved to play. You knew they were going to represent everything you want represented in your community the right way. And so there were a bunch of Caleb Buchanans is what they were, honestly. And then some guys that weren't undersized, also Caleb Buchanans, you know.
Well, it certainly was a special year, and it's awesome to look back and talk through some of these memories with you guys. And you know, we're so grateful to have the support of Chelsea and the team at HEB. You know, in an unprecedented year, a year like we've never seen, and really to have this opportunity to celebrate 100 years of UIL football. Chelsea, tell me why it was so important for HEB to partner with Dave Campbell's Texas Football and the UIL to celebrate 100 years of UIL football, and why is connecting at the local level with communities like Aledo a priority for HEB?
You know, I think this year is a really great year to celebrate as much as we can. Everybody's seen a lot of negativity and downfalls this year, so this is a great time to do some celebrating. So we're happy to partner with Dave Campbell's UIL, and really excited for Aledo, you know, right next door to the Hudson Oaks HEB. So we're happy to celebrate with you and, you know, the communities that we serve. It's really important for us to stay involved and to congrats them when they earned it. So you guys did great, and we're really excited to support this.
Now, Dr. Bone, Aledo is a place that has great tradition, and I think you would agree with me when you say, you know, we're nothing without our community, and we're nothing without our partners and their support. What does it mean to you to have the support of partners like HEB who are committed to recognizing the achievements of Texas high school communities, not only there at Aledo, but across the state of Texas as well?
Huge. The partnership that HEB has with our public schools across the state, it's just an incredible blessing for the 5.4 million public school kids in Texas, and as well as all of our staff who serve them every day. And I think what I'd say is that HEB just gets it. They know and they proclaim loudly the public good of public schools in Texas. And they're very loud about the importance of supporting our schools, from student programs like this one, to teacher recognition, to their significant investment in growing school leaders. And so we feel the support from our local HEB in Hudson Oaks and HEB statewide, and it's so incredibly poignant, especially this year. So Texas public schools are so grateful to HEB, that includes all the schools in Aledo, for their commitment to our kids and communities.
Well, it's really special for us to get this opportunity to recognize you guys. And again, Aledo has a place where your trophy cabinets are full with a ton of accolades, and we have some great things that we'd like to share with you guys as well to commemorate this achievement. So Coach Wood, I'm sending this your way. Coach Buck, you might have to find him to put some of this in there, but we've got this commemorative football that we'll be sharing with you guys to add to the trophy case, and again, commemorate this achievement of the 2013 Aledo Bearcats team. We also have a wonderful certificate that we'll be sharing your way as well. And thanks to the support of HEB, again, I know you guys have that Hudson Oaks location. We've got a $500 gift card that we'll be sending over to you guys as well. So we are so thankful for the support of, again, Chelsea and HEB. So on behalf of Dave Campbell's Texas Football and the UIL, congratulations again to the 2013 Aledo Bearcats team, and Coach Buck and Coach Wood, Caleb and Dr. Bone. We appreciate you carving out the time to celebrate on behalf of the Aledo community. And last but not least, thank you, Chelsea and the team at HEB, for your support of the UIL 100 Greatest Teams.